One of the things I think people would question, I had interviewed you a lot during this process, and you gave me very specific things. And one of the top things I would ask you often is your judicial philosophy. And you mentioned, as I said, Scalia and Thomas. They are what we call originalists,
right.
Constitutionalists.
Correct.
You are a constitutionalist.
Correct. And I'm also, I want high intellect. I want great intellect. These people are all of very high intellect. They're pro-life. And so that's my list. And we are going to choose from, most likely from this list, but at a minimum, we will keep people within this general realm. And again, I have a lot of people that are conservative that really like me, love everything I stand for, but they really would like to know my view, because perhaps outside of the defense of our country, perhaps the single most important thing the next president is going to have to do is pick Supreme Court justices.
This will have an impact for generations to come.
Oh, generations. And I would say, if Hillary Clinton, who is doing very poorly in this whole rigged system that Sanders happens to be in, but if Hillary Clinton, for some reason, wins, your country will never be the same, because she's going to put disasters on the Supreme Court. So these are the names.
This is interesting, because I think there might have been some people. I've talked to people on the radio show, and some people said, well, Donald Trump's a recent convert to conservatism. And I asked you very specific questions. For example, you say you want a balanced budget. You actually told me once it's immoral to steal from our kids.
Well, I do want a balanced budget. We could do it a lot quicker. I mean, I've heard people say, well, balance the budget within 20 years. I'm saying 20 years? What are you talking about? I do want a balanced budget. And you have to understand, I was born in New York, and I really started my business, I was in Brooklyn and Queens with my father, but I moved to Manhattan, and I started doing very, very well in Manhattan. And if you look at the statistics on Manhattan, whether you like them or don't like them, it's very liberal, it's very Democrat, and I think that, probably a lot of people feel because I come